try. Do you know I'm looking?
We have arrived in Gdynia. We came here by car. We literally parked somewhere like there. Just a normal parking by the street. Very convenient. We are now walking towards ORP Błyskawica, which is a ship. I'll tell you more about it once we're there. It's more windy here than in Gdańsk, and it's colder because of that. And there's also more cloudy. But yeah, we are here for a couple of hours, and I'll show you a bit around. So here is the ship we're walking towards, and Nico will tell you a bit more about it.
This is the ORP Błyskawica. It's a World War II destroyer, built in the UK, actually pre-World War II. And when the war broke out, just like all Polish war vessels, it was ordered to flee to the UK, where it would be safe, and it then fought under command of the British Navy. Yeah, and then after World War II, somewhere, I'm assuming, I'm not sure actually, it came back to Poland, and now it's a museum you can visit here in a city next to Gdańsk named Gdynia. So yeah, pretty cool. And I'm sure we will have more footage of it.
I actually have a pretty cool view over there. If there's a beach there, we're gonna go there. There's not much, I think, but we're gonna see if I can touch the sea. That's the idea. So we have seen the ship inside. It was quite warm in the first part, so I took pictures of the text there, and it's possible that there's some voiceover. I don't know, maybe some text on the screen. We'll see. But we're now just walking around. Also, the ticket was 30 zloty, which is what, like €8, less than €8. So if you're around, definitely worth checking it out, I would say. I'll show you in a bit where to buy the tickets, but it's like right there. It says like a casa/ticket office. They also have explanations in English, so I think it's quite easy to find. And now we're just gonna walk here by the water just to see what's here. These are like the very typical Polish shops by the beach. Well, we're actually in the port, but like at the seaside, this is exactly what you're gonna see. So many magnets, so many options for like things to buy. Majority of things you don't actually need, but you will buy it anyway. My thing I always buy is postcards, and also wherever we are, we also get a magnet, so you can put it in the kitchen with us. But these are the two things that I do buy wherever I am, if they have them, because they don't always have them. So here we have Darpa Morza, which is a fully rigged sailing ship, if I found it correctly or read correctly, built in 1909, and this actually sailed under. It was built in Germany, but it has become one of the icons of Polish maritime. It was like a training vessel, and stuff like that. So it's quite cool. If you want to look more for what it is, this is the name of it. We just had our lunch in Gdynia here. If you're here, definitely recommend. It's like a Greek fast food, and that way straight ahead is where the ship was. And now we're gonna look at donuts if you want any donuts. No donuts because nobody has any space, but apparently it has good reviews, so I can't tell you, but that's what the internet says. So Nico and my brother went to this place and he had the bulgogi beef, and that was really tasty, he said. That's spicy. It was all both really good. So if you want Korean, you come here to Alga. He said the beef was so soft, you'll sit inside or here where they sat at the terrace, let's call it. And we are arriving to the Gdynia beach. So I'm not properly going into the water, but I'm here for the vibes. First time on the beach this year, and my first time in many years at the Polish beach. I don't know how many years, 6, 7, a lot of years. So here we are. Nico is going to the water. I feel like a mother watching the kid. We are back out in the city, and I think it's still like half an hour that they open, and we're looking for meat and we're looking for other food, drink stuff for my brother, I think mainly. Here you have the meat we were trying, really good. This is the name. We did some tastings and we're taking 12 bottles, and not just for us, it's split amongst a few people. We tried some Hungarian langos, which was actually quite nice. The one with sour cream, I think, was my favorite out of that, and the one with just normal cheese. So if you're trying, I recommend the sour cream. Some cool, cute streets, charming streets. At this time it's 8:30, so they're almost closing all the stalls. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We haven't seen still like half of the things that I have here. Cool streets around here, and have some live music as well, which we're gonna pass. They were also here yesterday. I am back in the hotel room. My dad got me the panda mug. It fits up to half a liter, which is amazing for teas. And I got the panda mug. I don't know if I said the blue one. I'll show you everything I purchased during the Jarmark at the end of the video once I get home and I settle in, because right now it's like there's something, here's something. The mug is nicely wrapped so it doesn't break. So yeah, stay tuned for the end of the video if you want to see what I purchased, and also, if I remember, I'll also tell you the prices. Good morning. I'm finally gonna show you the royal way. And I'm gonna start at the Motława River, where we are right now. Let me show you where I am. So here we have the river, and this is the first gate called the Green Gate, and the royal, the route got its name because it was used for ceremonial entries by Polish kings and royal entourages visiting Gdańsk in centuries past. You could see like performances here along the route, and the avenue symbolized prosperity, and only the wealthiest people were able to afford to live by this street basically. So it was the wealthiest families. I'm gonna go to the side here. The wealthiest families, the mayors and merchants lived along it, and we have some, you will see some beautifully decorated townhouses. And the Green Gate, which is right here, was built in the 1560s and is the iconic city gate, is the largest in Gdańsk, and currently the museum of Gdańsk is right here. But this is how it looks like, and we're gonna just continue that way, and I'm gonna show you all the interesting things along the way. So we are right now at the Long Market, Długi Targ, and here we have, I think this one, the Golden House, which is meant to be the most beautiful house here in Gdańsk. It is very nicely decorated with a lot of details, but I must say, I think there are also like some beautiful houses here, maybe a bit less less dressy, I'm gonna call them, maybe a bit less flashy without the gold, but I still think they're really, really nice. And here we have the Neptune's fountain, which is pretty much the landmark of Gdańsk. And here behind we have the town hall. And somewhere here was the Iris or Arctus court. Need to see where it is. So this building is the Arctus court, and it was a social historical place for gatherings, also for merchants. It is closed, but the building itself is very nice. And here again, the fountain, and we're going to continue that way. Here we have Ulica Długa, Długa Street, and that's the town hall. Like I said, well, it used to be a town hall with a nice clock tower, which we only climbed, and now it's, I think, a museum in here. Here we have another gate, Brama Złota, Golden Gate, and we're gonna go through it. We have, I think, one more. And here we have the last gate, or the first one, depending where you start, Brama Wyżynna, Upland Gate. Here we go, and on the other side of this, you actually have the main train station, so just a good connection. Quick pit stop at McDo, because I need breakfast before we climb the tower. Here is the tower we're gonna climb. So here up is the clock tower, and you come here to buy the tickets. At least that's what I think.
What's this climbing in?
Here is the courtyard, and then you have to go up here. Thank you. So as we climb the tower, we actually pass the museum. These side things are museum, but we are only doing the tower because we have no time for the museum. And we have arrived at the tower. That's how it looks. Something about the bell here. I'm gonna pause it so you can read it. I'll read myself later. I need to climb this. Let's go. That's a really cool picture. The guy is playing while everything around him is frozen. Very cool. Okay, we have climbed the tower. That's the view from up top. This is the Royal Way I was showing you. That's the Green Gate that we came through. So a really good view over that. There you have the Amber Sky Ferris wheel, which we also passed yesterday. And I mean, you can just see the buildings from upstairs. And here's the Gold Gate. but we also went past. And this thing right there is where yesterday we went running, where I went walking pretty much, but we were there. So it's a nice view from up top. Here is the other side. Look at that. And this is my parents. They're sitting there. There we go. And here is the I think it's a basilica. I want to say basilica, but we're still going to go there and then I'm going to tell you more. But it's a really good view over that. And here we are in front of St. Mary's Basilica, the biggest brick church in Europe. It's also called the Crown of Gdańsk sometimes. So we are out, and you can also climb this tower, by the way. It's available, same price as the other tower we've been to, but very, very nice. Wait, because I'm distracted by things. And as we go towards the museum, there's more of the stalls, of course. It's already getting busy. It's around 11:15 maybe. So, and it's really, really hot. So this is fun. This building that we're passing on our way to the museum is actually a Polish post office building. I think it's still, it's a post office? I think so. And we walk past this monument. I'm not sure what the museum is. So if you buy tickets online, you skip pretty much the whole queue outside, and then you walk inside, you go to -3, and then here you go past the ticket offices and there's a person to scan your tickets, or you can just scan the paper ones yourself at the gates, and this is the first place where you end up after you enter the museum. And a very cool light effect today. We just exited the museum. It is now 2:30 and there is no queue currently, so maybe afternoons are better to come. But you are now seeing the museum from the outside. I took a few clips of it. I think we were there for like 3 hours and it's kind of like a high tempo. I had a break for a sneeze. But yeah, we were there for about 3 hours and that's kind of like quite a good tempo of sightseeing, of going through it. Definitely not stopping everywhere. And we also didn't do an audio guide, we just kind of went by ourselves. So it's a minimum of 3 hours I think that you should reserve for the museum. I think it's definitely worth it. It's very nicely done. It gives like a context to what you're looking at. It's nicely chronologically organized. The ticket for adult, like a normal ticket, was 32 zloty. If you have a discount, 22. So yeah, 32 zloty. That's like what, €7 maybe? Let's say. I think for that price, it's a really good museum. I highly recommend booking your tickets online because, like I said, we just skipped the queue pretty much completely because we had the tickets purchased beforehand. So definitely recommend to do that. And now we are walking to hopefully get pizza. There's a restaurant we saw which also has really good reviews, but in the evening it's always super crowded. Even like at 10 o'clock we saw crowds, or maybe just before 10, but now, like I said, it's around 3 o'clock, so we're hoping we're gonna be able to get a table without having to wait for too long. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it depends. Like
this is the place we want to go, and I think it's fine. Doesn't look like a big queue. Well, there is no queue. Good morning from our last day in Gdańsk. We are headed for breakfast to Bistro Młyn, right here close to our hotel. I'm really curious. Yesterday there was a queue, or the day before. It looks good, prices are good, so I'll let you know afterwards if it actually was good. It's like 10 past 11. We are gonna check out. I'm just checking the room. Luggages are out of here in the car. The breakfast was really good. I highly recommend. You can also get some Polish, typical Polish breakfast, which is also nice. They market which ones are Polish and you can't see my face. Definitely recommend. Good price, nice people. Very tasty, big portions, and the cake also was very good, Karpatka. Definitely check it out. And this is me, ready to go still to the Jarmark for a moment, because we still have a parking paid for, and then we're gonna head into Malbork, which I'm also gonna vlog, but we're checking out. The hotel was nice, very convenient location, nice spacious rooms. Did I show you the toilet? I don't know, I turned off the light. Very nice as well. Let's go. So we are walking around in the street that has like the antiques and stuff, and I already bought some pandas. I'll show you in a bit, well, at the end of the video, and also some old postcards. The panda I got for 30, and the postcards were like 6 for 20 zloty. So for like old vintage postcards, I think that's fine. Okay, I have left everyone. Well, my brother left, my parents and my boyfriend are in a burger place. My boyfriend didn't eat breakfast without us, and my parents, they're just saying it's way too hot, so they joined him because there's airco there. And I'm just now walking at the Jarmark. I still would like to get a necklace of amber and silver. I have a bag I want to get, and maybe some cosmetics, so I'll have a look right now and I'll report back. Alright, I had to change the placement of my mic because I managed to get a necklace. I think it's very nice. It's kind of what I was looking for, like a daily necklace, and it's amber with silver for 150. So yes, I'm very pleased with it. Also, this is Thursday at 1 o'clock here, super busy. Yeah, tomorrow is a holiday. I don't know what's going to be happening here tomorrow, because it's going to be good weather and it's going to be filled with people, I think, already from like today in the afternoon. But Gdańsk itself, definitely recommend.
Budynek, białe okno.
No.
To jest hotel dla pani.
Tak mówisz? So I just wanted to kind of wrap up the whole trip and tell you like my final thoughts about it. I was in Gdańsk for the first time. I thought it was great. It was super busy because of the Jarmark, so keep that in mind. If you want to avoid it, I would check when it is. We just happened to be there at that time. I didn't plan it, but I was happy because I do like these kind of things, although it was really crowded at some points. I think like 2-3 days are probably enough to experience Gdańsk. I think if you plan to go to any museums, I would highly recommend to book things up front. For example, the World War II Museum on the day of free ticket. I don't think it's doable, personally. Maybe in the winter when it's less people. The Amber Museum was definitely doable, but I would go earlier in the day to get your ticket for a bit later, because clearly you had to wait like an hour at least to be able to get in. Do some kind of a boat tour. We do like the water taxi kind of tour thing, whatever, very randomly and last minute, but that was nice. But yeah, let me know if you liked this video. I'm trying to give like some facts and things to do and recommendations. I think I'll also maybe list in the description like what I recommend to eat or what I recommend to do, just so you have it as like a quick reference, and if you don't know where to go. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions how I can improve these kind of videos, let me know. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.